On this episode of the Master Me podcast, I'm sitting with Coach Briggs, and when he walks in, we jump straight into the podcast. So we start a little unconventional. However, there is tons of value here. Please listen and use what you need for your life, whether it's the taglines or what comes off my chest and his chest. Use it. It is here. It is for you. What up, it's your boy Stephen with the Master of Me podcast. Master of Me? Hey, my man. What do you mean master? How do you become master of anything? You tell me. You focus all of your energy on one thing. One thing, man.
Okay, when technology comes out,
Right.
just listen to me. I got your best interests at heart. And I've had people try to come in, step in my way, step in my life, try to help me, and they mess up.
Right.
They have good intentions, but they mess up. So let me tell you what to look out for.
Right.
Just listen.
Isn't that weird, too? Because when you set an expectation for a man, like, depending on what kind of men you have in your life, what you seek, you shall find. So you will always find where their flaws are and use that as, like, men aren't perfect or that dude is because of that. So if you want that reason out or not to put that trust into that dude anymore, you're going to find it. So it's like, how many men have you sought out for, like, leadership or something, and then you see their down flaws, or you found out, like, they suck at being a husband or a dad or something like that, and it's like, man, you're great here, but then over there, like, in those areas matter to me too, especially when I tell a story of, like, you know, something like that with my dad.
What's the saying? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Just because there's an imperfection in one area of that person's life,
right,
doesn't mean we should just throw the whole thing away. At least that's what I've learned so far as growing up as a man and also stepping into leadership as well.
That's and it's important to be vulnerable like that, like, and honest, like, about that concept of not being perfect. I mean, because you can go back to the Bible and like none of us are going to be perfect in that. We're all going to fall short of the glory of God. And so, like, just what would, like, if anything, use me as a guide based off what I know. Because I'm not trying to be perfect, because I know that I work on it so much. Like, I'm striving towards perfection. I'm using God. Like, when I pray, it's like, use me to be a mirror image of you, so that way they see you through me. Like, it's not me. I'm the bridge here to whatever message you have. So if these words are coming out.
Hey, man. What the hell? What's going on? What is going on? You've been saying a lot of stuff that I've been thinking about, and I've been telling people. I've been saying it out loud. I've been thinking on it. Been praying to God on it. And you're saying a lot of things that are just... it's getting a little freaky here. It really is.
Dude, isn't it weird, though? Like, we have a lot in common, obviously. Yeah. But, like, what you put out there, you attract. And that energy, like, why would you even say yes to being here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea. You even came in, like, let me see everything real quick. Like, let me try to get a scope of what's going down in here. Like, where's this dude got weird cameras at? Like,
you peep that? You peep that? I'm always scoping the scene now.
Well,
I'm always scoping the scene.
It's safety and security, right? Like, you're looking out for yourself. But going back to what you're talking about with the kids, them trying to do things their own way, like, I've experienced that side. And when you're like, listen to me.
Yeah.
Well, the side of it, like, the one side that they're looking at, I'm glad we even led with that, because it's like, let's pivot on right now.
Yeah, that definitely altered the trajectory of the conversation, and it's allowing us to make those full circle moments.
Right.
Just so you know.
Right.
I start with that with every
all
podcast.
The time.
I'm telling you right now.
I'm just glad because, like, you were curious. You asked the right questions too, and like something had to come out. Because even where I was going with story wasn't connecting yet until we hit perspective. We were like, okay, you just opened up a doorway here.
Yeah.
Like, that's now we can tie back. So that's good that worked. That's so with the kids, like, if they're trying to do it their own way because they got walls up. If I do it this way, then I'm safe. I don't have to stretch outside this comfort zone. Or I don't have to tap into whose dad told them that they're not going to make it, or teacher or something. You open up those, you talked about emotion earlier, but like those things can, like, if you can use them and point them in the direction the way that I do now, like for me, then it can be powerful.
Yeah.
At the same time, we could talk about my father who passed away within 5 years, and there's some moments where I got it down, and then there's some times where there's something still hurting down there.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I didn't want to go there because now I'm here and I feel this whole 2 days of like bringing me down kind of concept. And it's like, man, we got to cross these bridges, because how can I be my better version if I'm still down here messing around with this stuff that's not even here anymore? It's in the past, or I'm afraid to bring it out that's going to affect future. So I'm no longer present with you anymore. I'm thinking out of scarcity, or I'm thinking out of fear between these two spots.
If you have to buy a house, just go to my dad.
I don't know about your energy change, my energy change, and it's like, all right, we made a connecting point.
Yeah,
Like-
for sure. It's always, I'm big on energy, man. You know, at first, I met you downstairs, it was great. First time, by the way, this is the first time we ever met physically in person.
100%.
And, you know, dapped you up, cool energy off the bat. But, you know, it's always kind of like, okay, I don't know this person.
100%.
You know what I mean? But then once we start talking, it's like, oh, we're breezing.
We
breezing
cool.
through.
Yeah.
We're smoothing right through there. I love it.
Yeah, that's interesting too, because it's almost like, have you ever put like two pit bulls or something together?
Oh,
and it's like they're cool, they're walking, but like it only takes like one of their energies to throw it off, and it's like you're out. So like, keep moving, get what you need to do, and let's get rocking. Like,
You know, but back to like emotion. You know, I try to tell these kids, find your why.
Right.
Because you need a why.
Right.
I think about my journey from leaving high school. I went to community college. I worked 2 jobs. Didn't know what I wanted to do. I hung out with my boys, partied, chased tail. Wasn't living up to my fullest potential. I knew it.
Right.
And one day, I was smoking on the couch, one of my boys, and I had this epiphany. I'm like, man, I know that God put me on this planet for more, and not just this.
Right.
So I decided to play football again. And I'm in the basement with one of my best friends.
Yeah.
And you know what I said to him? I was like, dude, I feel like I could do really, really well. I can go big with this. I want to play football for Arizona State.
Dang.
I said that.
Put it out.
Put it out there. And I ended up walking on to Illinois State.
Okay.
And that was a journey within itself.
Right.
Messed up a lot of times just to get there. But then the next year, I decided to leave, go the JUCO route. And when I got to JUCO, I was 270. But by my first game, I was 240.
Right.
And it was a lot of ups and downs. I did a lot of things that I didn't think I would do, from hopping on a bus to go to Fry's. In those little boxes, you get the chicken.
Right.
I'd fill it up and eat it in the store, walk around, and always grab a blue Powerade. I don't know why it was always a blue Powerade, you know. And, of course, I didn't pay for the stuff. I ate it and drank it around the store. Then I put it down somewhere. And I was down bad. And shout out to my boy, Kyrie Keith, man. I remember he gave me some corn dogs one time. You're down bad in JUCO. I mean, you're down bad.
Right.
And I remember my mom, she would call me.
Right.
Like, everything all right? I'm like, everything's good, you know. And I'm not even saying I wanted to quit sometimes. But there were times where God definitely bent my knee.
Right.
I had to really seek him on that journey. But I say all that because anyone would have gave up if they were faced with what I was faced with from that journey. Being told, hey, you're not going D1, it's not going to happen. I'm like, okay, I'm going to make it happen. You know, I remember University of Central Oklahoma, they came out and they're like, hey, we'll pay for your flight, you and your mom to come check out the program. And I'm like, dude, I'm not going D2, I'm going D1.
Dang.
I knew it. Like, I knew it.
Dang.
You couldn't tell me otherwise. I just know what I'm capable of. I know what I'm going to do. And I say all that to say this. I was emotionally driven. My emotion was tied to my mom.
Right.
Seeing what I saw growing up. I remember my mom would take me to Illinois State to her classes. I would sit in the hallway with a coloring book late at night. I remember watching her take my brother and I to Payless. She has holes in her shoes, but she's getting my brother and I some shoes. I know how much it meant for her to see me graduate.
Right.
And I'm like, I'll be damned if I let a hungry stomach or someone tell me what I can't do limit me and my potential.
Right.
Like, I'll be damned. My mom was really a huge motivation for me in that process. Just knowing what she sacrificed. I'm like, I can't let up.
Bro, I think you hit something so deep when you said that your mom was a motivation for you. Because a lot of people like to use their upbringing and as something that happened to them, not for them.
I didn't even recognize that. It's a therapy session going on?
No. Come on. But I mean, it's so powerful that you drive that as your emotional piece, because you need it, right? Like when you want to quit. Like, what do you dive into? And there's this little bank of emotions that you have in there, and it's like, that's what I got to pull from right now.
Yeah. And there's a picture where it's a spring game, and I'm signing up my autograph on my mom's back, and she's wearing a shirt of me. Man, that moment was, for me, one of the biggest moments. And I'm about to get emotional just thinking about it, man. Just getting emotional just thinking about it. And like me going to that level, it wasn't about me.
Right.
It was not about me. It was for my people at home. It was for my mom. It's for my daughter. It's not about me.
Right.
And so that's why when I coach kids, whether in the recruiting process or defensive line,
Right.
if I'm being honest with you, of course you want to do what you love for a living.
Right.
But I don't want to work with people who aren't capable of finding their why.
Right.
I'm willing to help you
Right.
to find your why.
Right.
But if you're just here, just moving around,
Right.
lackadaisical, it's like,
Right.
how can I help you?
Right.
Because those kids who have a why, like, man, like I was abused as a kid,
Right.
or I just want to make everyone proud.
Right.
You know, I can help them make it bigger, make their why become bigger.
Right.
It's like, okay, here we go.
When
now we can tap into this.
Right.
And we can make anything possible.
It's almost like an infinite energy source that you can pull from.
It is.
It's like a superpower to have that.
It is. But here's the thing that I've learned over the course of my years is that a lot of people, their why can be tied to, I just want to be rich. I want to be successful. What is successful? What is rich for you?
Right.
You just want to be wealthy.
Right.
But I've realized this. So I've realized your why has to be so huge that it impacts other people and not just yourself.
100%.
And that is when you know your why. It's an infinite source of energy,
Right.
like you just said.
It's going back to that story I told you with the money in the group of people. The affirmation that I kept repeating over when I started feeling inferior and I started feeling that was that I'm justly rewarded for the service that I render to mankind, and that I want to be of service. I want to be of service. So I would keep replaying this every time I felt out of place or I felt inferior, like I just felt small to everybody, and not just like physically, like I felt it. And so I would repeat that over and over in my head. Even if we're talking like this, like it's still on replay. And going into like when the money exercise came, that hit me like deep, because when I had the most money in the room and I was for leader of leaders, like I wear the ring that they gave me, like it's to be amongst all those people that had to earn their way in there to be leader of leaders, showed me that I was justly rewarded for the service that I was rendering. And all I was doing throughout that, I didn't know there was you're gonna get money in there. I didn't like that exercise wasn't brought to my attention. So I'm being who I am, authentic, out there with people that are struggling. They're going through their life. They're like, they got marriages messing up. Like some of them are not seeing their kids. Like, and mind you, this is all, they had just put out COVID, all that stuff. So you have wives calling, like end of the world is starting for people.
Yeah.
And we're in there like fielding text messages, phone calls, and you're not allowed to have your phone. So it's like when you get back to after being drained, you still have all this stuff going on in life. And like as much as you want to go, you got to finish what you started here and go through that. So it showed me that even when those moments come up, because there's times where I feel scarce and I want to go like run back to my wife because something's going on, but I know that I got to complete my job here. And I know that now I know like she's capable to hold down what's going on over there. And at the same time, I can stay locked in on what I'm doing here. So that way I can fulfill my purpose in the moment of what I'm doing without being pulled away over there and dropping the ball, basically. So with something like that, like listening to you finding people's whys, where I found mine was through an event in my life. And that was with me talking about the guy next door. It's just crazy that we let up these you know what I mean, that those things happen those today, because
Energy flow. It's supposed to happen.
Exactly. And my dad he'd hit my mom. I would go under the bed, go into the closet, run to my neighbor's house, find some kind of security. And one day, the second grade teacher sent me to the counselor, and the counselor was like trying to get me to talk to her. So finally, she gave me this little rock, and I just kind of warmed up with it after sitting. And I told her what was going on at home. And after, she picked up the phone and she said, "Now tell this person what you told me." And so I did that. And when I got home, my dad wasn't there. And I didn't see him for 5 years after that. And so while he was away, my mom, that was her first sign of freedom because she had me so young. She would drop me off at school and then she wouldn't pick me up. Like my friends would get picked up. I'd be waiting. They'd go by. The sun start to drop a little. And I'm the last one there with my Ninja Turtle backpack just sitting on the curb. Like, what's wrong with me? What did I do to be out here, like, feeling afraid? And after moments of that happening, being dropped off, not being picked up, I realized what I had to do differently. I realized that my relationship with my word on the things that I say that I'm going to do is the most powerful piece. So now I keep a picture of myself as a toddler in my wallet. So if I start to go back on my word, I can look back at that and I remember that I have to show up for him, but I can't leave that boy hanging.
Man, what is going on here? What is going on here? This is crazy.
Yeah.
Man, I relate to that so much. It's very impactful.
Hey, man.
I've never thought about that. What gave you the idea to carry a picture?
I just felt it, man. It's not even like, you know what I mean? It wasn't in a book. It wasn't like that. Like, it's just everything that, when you asked if I work off emotion, like, I just felt it, and that's how I was doing my life. And because it worked. It's all trial and error, and that was working for me. So regardless if I have a goal or I have something, like, and I know I'm starting to waver on it, like, I go back to that vision, back to that picture. And it's just crazy that, like, for you, you talk about your mother. Like me, it's like, it's me in the mirror with the freaking mullet.
So this is insane. Yesterday, I cried in the shower. Yeah, I cried in the shower for the first time in a long time. But here's why. Yesterday we had the FCA camp,
Right.
and I shared a little bit about my testimony.
Right.
And the night before, I posted on my Instagram as to why you need to find your why.
Right.
And I knew I had to share my testimony like the day before.
Right.
And so I'm just thinking about it, and then I wake up, I'm on the way there,
Right.
playing some gospel music, and I'm thinking about my journey as to how I got here.
Right.
And it's all God.
Right.
And there's a lot of points in my life where I wish that I had someone to help me navigate a lot of processes, a lot of different things. And now I'm blessed that I went through those nights when I'm 19, starving, doing things I should have been doing, stealing food from the grocery store. Those happened for me. God put those on my plate because he knew I could handle it.
Right.
And now when I'm helping these kids, I see a piece of myself in all these kids I coach or train.
Right.
And it's a blessing because God put me through those situations so that I can help kids navigate the recruiting process, anything coaching. And yesterday, I just spilled into them, just fill their cups up. And I started thinking more about my testimony. And I get home, and for some reason, I was overwhelmed with just so much emotion because I realized it was a full circle moment.
Dang.
That everything I was telling these kids is because I experienced it.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't know what to tell them unless I experienced these certain things, the highs and the lows.
Right.
And they're so hungry for it. And I gave it all to God, and I said, God, I trust you. I trust you. My hand, or my life is in your hands.
Right.
And I just want you to have a fingerprint on everything that I do. And I hope that people can see that that you're working through me, Lord, you know, and I just want to become more of service to these kids because I'm thinking about that version of me when I was younger.
Right.
And so I relate to you on that. And it's funny, I've often thought about putting a picture of myself as a kid on my screensaver. I'm like, wow, so you're telling me that. That's insane, man.
It's big stuff, man. And it's weird how you just get put in rooms and without expectation, right? And you're like, what am I even doing here? And you're getting, like, when you pray, or when I pray for guidance. I pray for me to see the things that I can't see. And in times where I'm going through life, like pushing forward, because I look at God, God brought me this, his name is an acronym, G-O-D. Is you're either growing or dying. You're in growth or decay.
What is going on? Yo, what is... Yo, okay. On New Year's, I decided that my word this year was expansion. Like, and the word that I had behind it was like, I couldn't find the right word. So hear me out. It was like ruthlessly expanding. In the sense that, like, you have to expand and be like ruthless with your time,
Right.
with making the right actions,
Right.
and expanding. If you're not expanding, you're dying.
Right.
And I love history. And I've been watching Winston Churchill. It's like a series on Netflix.
Okay.
And he talks about how he had to stop Hitler because Hitler was going to expand. And and he was going to expand. And Winston Churchill, though, he was also looking to expand to India.
Right.
But he's looking to stop someone else from expanding. And if you go even back further, in Rome, their whole thing was expanding.
Right.
You know, the sun never sets on the Roman Empire. That was like their belief. So I feel like as men, as people, we should always want to grow
100%.
and expand. I know maybe using those different people and those analogies probably wasn't the best, but I'm just saying that that we got to expand or you die.
100%.
You have to grow.
100%. So that's like of constantly like looking for the ways to grow. It's not like you talked about with some of the kids who do it for the wrong reasons. Like they're looking for cars and the benefits of life that come with it. It's more of like, man, I have to keep growing because then I'm not on purpose. And if I'm even just chilling and waiting, then I'm not moving on purpose. I don't have that fire in me. Like I'm not in growth. It's growing or dying. And so the or could look at is stagnant and dying is dying. So if it's not growth, they're both a bust.
And one of the ways that you can grow is by serving others.
100%.
That's the one way you can grow, because your impact can be imprinted on that person for their entire life.
That's it, man. Like, what if this was the last time we ever saw each other? This is the first time we ever seen each other eye to eye. And if it was the last time, we get sat at the judgment seat and they say, okay, whether you make it to heaven or not is going to be based off the interactions you had in your life, the service that you brought. So what happens when my life flashes before me and we cross eyes just like this? I either helped you or hurt you with the time that I was here. And if I helped you, I get a feather on my back. And if I hurt you, I get a ball and chain on my ankle. And we're going to pass. I'm going to get my judgment on that moment, the time that we shared, and then I'm going to move on to the next one. And either after every interaction that I spent in my life, I'm either going to have a full set of wings or some heavy-ass legs. Take me up or down.
That's a good way to put it. I like that.
It's just a visual, but it's knowing that this moment counts no matter what. It's not because this isn't my end-all. This is how I do this, how I do anything is how I do everything.
Yeah, and you said putting a feather in your back. I think one way to really add to that analogy, if you will, is Jesus, he served. We're no better than Jesus.
Right.
He was a perfect person to walk the face of this earth.
Right.
He served. If you want to become Christ-like,
Right.
serve.
Serve.
Serve. Instead of just trying to think, oh, what can I get?
Right.
If you reach a certain area in life, you should find ways, how can I serve more? Even if you aren't there.
Right.
Even if you feel like, I don't have any money to give.
Right.
Serve your time.
Right.
Serve your time.
100%.
How you can find other ways to serve. God bless you with unique capabilities to serve in ways that other people probably can't do so. And that's one thing I had to reach in deep in me to help me like find my why in this life is, okay, what did God bless me with? Things I thought were bad turns out to be good.
Right.
It's knowledge, it's wisdom that I can share to these younger kids on what pitfalls to avoid.
Right.
And so that I can see them succeed. And now I'm serving them and I'm expanding because I'm impacting their lives.
Right.
And I put my fingerprint is on their life.
Right.
And I get to see their success. And when they grow and I see them succeed, I feel like I'm growing.
Right. It's a trip that it's that easy to grow. At the same time, it's perspective on can you see it for that, even when it's hard.
Yeah.
And keep going back to that. Like, I just got to serve. I just got to serve. And I mean, for me to resonate with that, like when I was out there in California, same exercise stuff, like I didn't have money to give other people. Like it was me being with them the moments that I did while we were walking, going to the next exercise, whatever it is that we're doing, helping them see perspective, helping them hear, because I'm not afraid to communicate. So I'm sharing my perspective. That's it. And then they're using what they can from it. And they get to go be better because of those.
So, yo. What did Kanye say? How, Sway? How, Sway? How?
Damn.
This is weird because I've been thinking about being vulnerable.
Right.
Like last year, it was, vulnerability.
Right.
Men, we don't typically like the whole vulnerability thing.
Right.
It's not our cup of tea.
Right.
But I realized, though, there's power in being authentic and there's
100%.
power in being vulnerable.
Right.
Because there's a lot in my story that I was ashamed of.
Right.
I mean, I'll be completely honest. I failed college algebra twice in
Right.
college. And I didn't want to tell people that.
Right.
I didn't want to tell people that I had to go beg Illinois State to let me walk on. I mean, I wanted it so bad. I wanted to change my life so bad, and I knew that this would be the way out. I knew it. I just knew it. And I would go bang on their doors at 5 a.m. Hey, Keith, you got to leave. Like, no, coach isn't here. Okay, cool. I'll be back tomorrow.
Right.
So, I don't care. I'm getting this regardless. I don't care what you say. No one's going to stop me.
Right.
You're going to need an army to stop me, a blockade.
Right.
But, hey, it's attention. I'm going to get somebody to talk to me.
Right.
And, I didn't want to share that at first.
Right.
You know, and then I'm playing the Cotton Bowl. There's a lot that happened. You know, I had my baby girl when I'm transitioning from JUCO to University of Memphis, you know, and I'm dealing with, trying to fit on the team, trying to earn a starting position, learning a whole new playbook. I was ashamed to admit all this kind of stuff to people. Right. I just wanted people to see the good of, that Keith is living good out there. He's at the next level. I was ashamed. Right. Even after ball. and started coaching, I was a little ashamed. But then I realized I was doing these kids a disservice by not being vulnerable
Right.
and kind of keeping a lot of the things that I've done wrong to myself.
Right. Masking it.
Mm-hmm.
Hiding it.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like you're not in congruence if you're not authentic.
Right.
In my opinion.
Right.
You kind of feel it, and I feel like things don't really work out for you. But the moment I started becoming more vulnerable with these kids, having real life conversations, telling them the real, I just helping them out.
Right.
I started opening up other doors.
Right.
And then I started finding out other ways that I could serve them.
Right.
By diving deeper into this one experience over here.
Right.
Okay. Maybe you should ask these questions right here to avoid what happened to me.
Right.
And then the ball started rolling of other creative ways to serve and help these kids and parents and coaches.
Right.
And I'm like, wow, just because God put me through those situations and he made me become more vulnerable,
Right.
allowed me to become more vulnerable with people and more authentic with people.
Right.
Now I'm in a different position to serve and help others. Look what God did. God is good, man. I'm telling you. God is good.
It's a trip that the way we can, going back to like we view things as men, as the strength is we think it's in our presence, it's in our body, it's in the abs that we have, it's in how much weight we can put up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like can you drive from A to B and be vulnerable in the process? Like hit your heart, get into the places that weaken your body, but you still drive and help a person, or you even get to where you need to be from A to B in those moments. It's not when everything's working right. It's not when you have all the power and the blood's flowing right. And it's can you do it when it counts? And it counts is when you're hurting the most.
Yeah.
And still drive it.
Yeah.
Get from A to B. And now we have a connection. Now we can push through.
And, like you said, part of being a man, I think you also have to endure. You have to be able to endure the uncomfortable circumstances.
Right.
I think football taught me a lot on how to endure.
Right.
Being in the heat, but still showing up, being bruised up, still showing up my best attitude. Your body's aching. You still got to show up every day.
Right.
And I think it really transferred, those experiences on the field transferred into my personal life, even in sales, even when I got my own personal issues, family issues, financial issues, emotional issues.
Right.
I still got to show up,
100%.
serve you the best way possible to enhance your experience and elevate you from when you came in and started talking to me to bring you up here. Even if I am right here, I still have to bring you to a good place. You got to endure.
It's a trip. It's a trip. I like, we keep coming back to this concept, like those things happen for you in life. And one of those exercises, too, we were doing, like, they turned it into a warlike setting. And so I was leading it was called the Daimyo of the South. And, like, that's the leader, the person of the South. And then there was a Daimyo of the North. And the way that I tapped into people to get out there, because everybody's afraid, we don't want to lose. Like, they set it up like you had to go to a graveyard when you lost in the scenario. And so it was eye to eye with people, tapping into them, bringing up their energy, and then putting them out there to war. And, like, it moved to the next one. And the people that weren't ready and didn't have it, just like you were talking about, without the why, without that drive, I'd move on to the next person. So when we had conversations after, then people were like, I felt like you passed me up. Like you didn't, I felt judged on. Like they hit me with negative stuff. And I just had to be honest with them in the moment that you didn't have it for what we needed in the moment. And I moved on to the next person. And there's a lot of relationships that aren't the same, but at the same time, the next day when they did the money exercise, like that's where it impacted a lot of people too. And it's like, had I not, there was this football player he played for Canada, and for their pro league there. And we were getting ready to practice before it, like just to line up on how we were gonna line up and stuff, because it's one war. We're in a warlike setting. We're standing. Yeah. And so, like, the small thing is, like, he was laughing, and he was, like, making fun, wasn't taking it serious. Yeah. So right when we started the exercise of the game, they said, all right, life's not fair. You have to pick 3 people to die now, and you put them in the graveyard. I pointed straight at him and sent him. And so this 3-hour game that we played until there was one winner, he had to lay on his back with his eyes closed and hear everything that's going on for 3 hours straight. However, he said that was a powerful moment for him because he sees how he doesn't take stuff serious and that he deserved to be over there. But at first, he spent an hour being mad at me the whole time. But I'm over there moving, like going through, finding the fire in people's eyes and sending them because they want it and they're pushing after it. And that's what he said, that takeaway. And this dude, like, again, professional football player out of Canada, not afraid of anything. Like, but needed that more for anything for the rest of his career. So he can make an adjustment on how he's being when everybody else is there.
You know, see, it's crazy. I've been really thinking about self-awareness.
Uh-huh.
And when it comes to being self-aware, I feel like people think about what they're not good at or
Right.
the areas that they lack. But then I realized you're not really self-aware completely
Right.
until you can recognize the things that you're good at also.
Right.
Because, you know, when people say they're self-aware, oh, I'm self-aware, so I know that I can talk too much. I'm self-aware. But it's okay, what are you good at, though? Have you
Right.
thought about that? You know, and as I become older, try to help other kids become self-aware.
Right.
Because especially athletes, I think that athletes sometimes, in this day and age, a lot of parents can get involved, can kind of maybe take the kid's head up a little too high,
Right.
a little too low.
Right.
I have to like bring kids in a central state of mind
Right.
and helping them understand, okay, who are you? Watch your film. Like, who do you think you are?
Right.
What are you seeing on film?
Right.
What do the numbers say? Okay, what you put on film, that is who you are. All right? This is who you are. Let's really just block out all the noise.
Right.
Okay? And I think the kids who have been coaching on that, they're starting to develop a state of mind of becoming more self-aware.
Right.
And the goal, for being honest with you, when it comes to with what I do, it's not just football.
Right.
I'm trying to build them for life.
Right. 100%.
And football is just a tool.
Right.
It's a vehicle. It's
Right.
my little sneaky little Trojan horse.
Right.
If I'm being honest with you.
100%.
It's my little Trojan horse.
100%.
That I can just really mentor you
Right.
on another level so I can connect with you.
Right.
I could give a damn about football. I don't care if you really don't play football.
Right.
Cool. I don't care. I really don't care.
Right.
I mean, if that's your goal, I'm going to help you get there. But end of the day, I'm really here to develop you as a man,
Right.
as a man of society, as a father,
Right.
as other coaches have developed me.
It's powerful.
You know?
It is crazy powerful because you're at the end of the day, you're helping them for real, at real life,
Yeah.
at the long term of life, at breaking patterns, breaking things that's stopped them. And at the same time, when you're talking about like when they're looking at their film, like who you are versus who you believe you are, like the truth is in the difference. And in our case, in our conversation, it could be the vulnerability. Like that's from where you want to where you're sitting. What you want's over there, but you're still sitting right here, and you're still here in your life. But what you want is over there. But what you want is over there, and you're still here.
Yeah.
So like that's the bridge of like, all right, who do I gotta be to get over there? I gotta be more vulnerable.
All right, so you keep using this word bridge. So again, at the very beginning of the year, I looked up my name. What does my name mean?
Right.
Keith Carrington Brigham. Carrington means a bridge.
Dang, that's like the highest honor I could even hear. Like
It means bridge. Something along that nature, like bridging the gap. So I took it
Right.
as like bridging the gap.
Right.
And I took that and I realized like, wow, that's what I've been
Right.
aiming to do is bridge the gap.
Right.
To help kids see themselves for who they are and not for what the infatuated idea or the less idea they have of themselves.
Right.
And I want to bridge that gap. I had a kid who we're on a coaching call and I'm asking him about his grades. He's talking about different schools he wants to go to, but he needs to get his GPA up to a 3.0. And he's like, man, my teacher doesn't like me. You know, like she won't talk to me or we don't talk at all. But before, you know, he's telling me like he wants to be a boss one day. You know, he wants to be a CEO of a company. And I was like, well, quick question. If that's what you want to become, you want to be a CEO, you want to be a boss, don't you think that you may have conversations with people, whether it's a vendor or whether it's someone else within the org that you may have to have an uncomfortable conversation with?
Right.
Like it's bound to happen. I'm like, so why don't you utilize this as practice?
Right.
Think of it as practice. I want you to go talk to that teacher, schedule a time, ask her what time works best for her,
Right.
and pinpoint a time where you all can sit down and have a conversation. And I'm like, I guarantee you by the end of that conversation, she will see that as like, wow, like you really are coming at me, you know, so you can really get your grade going,
Right.
boost your grade up. And I think those small tweaks is, okay, we're having a conversation to start about football, how to get you recruited. But now this is really overall life.
Right. Because you're
To
gonna
bridge the gap.
100%. And the gap is like it could be a communication piece, right? Like, so from the story of my mom dropping me off, not picking me up, what I created, the story in my head was that when I speak up, because I spoke up on the phone, people leave me.
Ooh. Ooh, I see what you're saying. Oh,
So then
damn.
I could fall into a place where I'm afraid to use my voice because I don't want to push people away. I don't want them to leave me. Or, I mean, that's how we're here in a podcast right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's because of that. Like, this is where I get it back, not being afraid. This is where I find courage to have that conversation.
Yo. Yo. Wow. So you feel like you doing this with people, it's empowering to have conversations because you're allowed to speak up. And I'm just connecting the dots here because that trauma with your dad leaving once you made the phone call.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
It's just crazy that I'm actually a part of this experience with you.
100%. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you. I appreciate
because
this.
at the same time, like, if life happens for you the way we believe it, then is this moment even about me right now? It's not. It's about your next staircase of what you got going on and people you're going to connect with. And it's like, man, that brought me back to that place. I see that I need to bridge here. What's the hard part about talking to your teacher right now? How does it make you feel? What scares me? And then you can dive deeper on it. Feeling afraid of speaking up. And for me, now I know I have to cross that bridge, because if I don't, I'm going to chip away at my self-esteem and I'm going to play small my whole life. Or if I speak up and do it, I'm going to build myself up just one step further to where I need to go. And if I believe that we're either growing or dying, I got to grow. So I have to have the conversation, whether it feels good or not.
You know, I've said this over and over. This is a very unique podcast just because of the things you're saying. I've been thinking about my high school version of me. And I say that because, and this is one of the things I cried about yesterday.
Right.
And I was praying to God about opening up my eyes and giving me the wisdom so I can lead others, is I used to have a low belief lid of myself. I've been trying to figure out where did this come from, but I felt like I didn't deserve to play D1 ball. I had coaches tell me, I had one coach pull me aside and tell me, Coach Angston, he was a hard-ass kind of guy. You know, one of those guys, like a torn ACL, you still go play. That kind of guy.
Right.
And he's like, what's your favorite school? And I was like, the Gators at the time, Tim Tebow. And he was like, you know, you could get a full ride there. And he was trying to gas me up. And I just didn't believe it. I just didn't really hold on to the concept that I could go D1.
Right.
That I could go live this life. For some reason, I just couldn't grasp onto that concept. I didn't feel worthy of it. And just that moment of not feeling worthy, that time frame in my life for some reason. And then I think it took God actually interfering in my life and saying, you are worthy.
Right.
And people would tell me, you know, you're supposed to be a leader. Like, you can lead. Like, people look up to you. And I just, I don't know what you're talking about. I just had this very low belief lid, this confidence about myself. But people saw me like, oh, he's lively, you know, confident. But no, man, I lacked a lot of confidence about myself, of where I could go to play college ball. I don't know what it was from, but I feel like now I'm very blessed that I can walk into this life that I'm living with the utmost confidence, because I've been through a lot, seen a lot, done a lot. And even if I want it or not, I got to take this weight and help other people escape that level of uncertainty, escape that level of lacking confidence, of thinking that they can't get a full ride to go play ball somewhere.
Right.
Because I know how much it meant for me, and to know that I can help kids uncover whatever that little blockage and help them see the future for themselves, it's such a blessing, because I feel like I'm giving back to me.
100%. A little boy on the screensaver.
I gotta put him on my screensaver. There's a picture. I use it a lot. It was after we're playing East St. Louis, and it was our last game. I'm a senior, and my head's down, and I know at that moment I was thinking, what's next? What's next? But the world seemed so big for a guy who didn't have really a lot of confidence,
Right.
a lot of hope for the future, kind of scared.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of folded, and I went to become a janitor. I worked at a fitness club, and I worked at a movie theater, and smoked a lot of weed. I would leave, break, go smoke weed, come back to work. And I lived a life of just complacency for a moment, because I was scared.
Right.
I was scared of what I could truly become, I guess. And I lacked the hope, and I lacked the faith, lacked the guidance, you know? And I feel like there's a lot of people out there and a lot of kids who are overwhelmed with emotion,
Right.
and they don't do anything. They lack action. And lacking action is still a form of action. We call that inaction.
Right.
And
It's decay.
decay. You're not growing.
Right.
And I know what it feels like to not be growing.
Right.
And looking on that past version of me, I'm sometimes like, ugh. But I'm grateful because I know what it feels like, and I don't want any other kid to go through that feeling.
Right.
Especially when I know that there's a way to escape it and to reach your goals.
100%. And how severe that could be of going back. For me to go back to hiding under the bed or in the closet or running away and not coming home.
And it looks different for other people.
Right. 100%.
It looks different.
Right. So like you talked about smoking weed, like that was comfortable, like that was safe, being there.
Being with my boys, kicking it.
You don't have to grow, though, there. You're okay. They accept you for who you are, as you are. You're all the same.
I remember, though, I started getting real comfortable the older I got with being uncomfortable. So when I left Illinois State,
Right.
I moved to Pima, or Tucson, played at Pima Community College. And I got there in July, and it was hot, really hot. First time experiencing that Arizona heat, man. It was hot. And
Playing outside. Turf's hot. Where you're playing underneath is hot.
yeah. And I remember going through like 2-a-days. And I left Illinois State because they weren't giving me a full ride, so I decided to leave. And I remember when I got there, my roommate, DeMarco Corbin, he remembers this. I was getting calls from Illinois State, and they were saying, hey, we want you. We'll offer you a full ride. Come back. But I made a decision already, and I'm like, I'm sticking it out. And they kept calling me, call my mom's work. And I remember some nights I'm going to bed, stomach was growling. I mean, growling. I never went hungry. My mom always made sure to make $20 stretch. You know what I mean? It was growling. And I remember, though, in those hard moments, I'm like, okay, this is really tough. I'm just going to rely on God for this. And it sort of calloused me.
Right.
And lean into that hard, uncomfortable life, it worked out for the greater good. And I feel like a lot of kids need to be aware of lean into what's hard. Whenever it starts to feel a little too comfortable and it feels too good, you got to start, I don't know, what's going on? Where can I be right now? What else can I be doing? It feels too comfortable.
Right.
When you're young, lean into a lot of just difficult, hard things just so you can become more callous, especially when you're young.
Right.
You have a lot to lose.
Right. And you can build the habits then of knowing what it feels like to feel comfortable and then knowing you have to push yourself out. You got to get uncomfortable right now. You got to do something uncomfortable.
I mean, they always say you got to be a great follower before you can become a great leader.
Right.
I think that you have to kind of endure a little bit before you can try to help others and before you can kind of lead other people. I mean, I'm only assuming that that's probably what makes you a good leader.
Right.
Is the fact that you've been through a lot, and it seems like you're doing a lot of great work. I'm looking at your books over there. You can tell I was scoping the books out. It's like, oh, you're into leadership.
Yeah.
And you're talking about the seminars you went through, and you've done a lot of self-work on yourself, where it's like, now I can lead people.
Right.
Because you've been through it.
Right.
And not only have you been through it, but you've analyzed it, you've watched your game film, you've sat down with other people, and you watch your game film, watch other people's game film, and you've done the self-work to lead other people. And I think that's what makes people great leaders. And you could leave this industry today. You could leave this industry right now and go hop in another industry. But the fact that you're a leader, I mean, sales engineers, you go work at Amazon right now and lead sales engineers to become more successful.
Right.
Because it's leadership.
Right.
It's a skill set, and it's also even better when you've led yourself out of that dark valley.
This is true. Thank you for that, because I'm receiving it and not going to blow past it that way. It sinks in, because I appreciate that. Not a lot of people give flowers to other men while they're still here.
Oh, I'm big on that. I'm big on that.
Let's get that.
I'm big on that.
Let's get that. And at the same time, what I'm hearing is, so thank you. I received that. Evidence, constant evidence. So if you don't do the things you say you're going to do, you build evidence. If you do the things you say you're going to do, you build evidence. So which side are you going to build evidence for? Because either way, you're going to do something, like you said, like the inaction versus action. If you're in action, you're going to build evidence of the person you don't want to be, the person that you get mad at in the mirror, that frustrates you because you're not doing the stuff that you want to do or you believe that you can do. Or that, I mean, at the end of the day, we're gonna spend time here and we're going to be gone.
Absolutely.
And the time that we spend here, like, we're pouring into each other. What's going to leave behind me? It's not going to be things. It's going to be how to go get more evidence for yourself. And pushing these kids in football to dig deep for themselves, it's not about football. You get it through football as the vehicle, just like you said.
Mm-hmm.
But in that moment, you're using that evidence to know that you can do something hard, because another day is going to come and you're going to have another challenge in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
But you're a person that has enough evidence to overcome challenges. You can do hard things.
And this also leads to my next point. This is why mentorship is so valuable and so
Right.
crucial.
Right.
If I was a younger man, looking back on it, I would have sought more mentorship
Right.
from people who were successful in industries that I was interested in,
Right.
or just men who were successful.
Right.
Because my biggest belief is, why not draft behind a process that's already been implemented, worked out before you,
Right.
where it can reduce your headache and you can get there faster.
Right.
Why not?
100%.
There's other men, there's other teenagers out there who've probably gone through what you've gone through, challenges similar to yours. And if I was in Tucson, Arizona, I'd reach out to you like, wow,
Right.
you're killing it in the mortgage industry.
Right.
You're coaching other kids,
Right.
but you've had so much trauma similar to mine.
Right.
I need to learn, what have you done?
Right.
And now you're able to really help and mentor these kids.
Right.
Because you're not just feeding them some BS.
Right.
It's, listen, this is what I've done, and I love my family.
Right.
This is what I've done. I can help you.
Right.
And mentorship is so valuable. So
It's, man, thank you again for that. But that is, game recognized game, right?
Yeah.
Like you're here in the same room with me and getting what you need. I'm getting what I need. Like it's an exchange of value of being here. And who would have known? Like you think you set an expectation, it doesn't get met. We talked about that. You find you're looking for men out there that are gonna coach you or guide you, and it can fall short, right? But at the same time, if you just go in leading with value, being vulnerable, leading with love, then there's no expectation. I'm not waiting for you to drop something that's gonna be great for me. It's that would be a taker's mentality. I live with the giver's mentality. So if I can pour it and give it, if it impacts, then it shows me that I'm on the right track of something. And when I pray for guidance, there's my track right there. It's like, all right, you got to lean into that. Just like you talk about, it's a strength of leading, being vulnerable. Then now we can have a real conversation and it'd be powerful for both of us. And with the kids, man, there's so much work to be done. Like you watch the kids, like I'm so blessed to be at the gym that I'm at because, Amos hones into like the people that he attracts.
yeah.
Those kids that we have on the wrestling team, like those are my kids. Those are me. Like you hear their stories and you're like navigating what's going on. You see their parents and it's like, I'm the figure they need right now. Like this is why my life even happened for this moment, because the way that I communicate it, that's what's going to stick with them.
And you, back to the whole for me, you just said it right there,
Right.
but in a different way.
Right.
You said the way my life happened,
Right.
like, this is for me. Like,
Right.
no.
It's for me. It's for them now. Like it's of service, and it's real service. Like it's not about. It's about those people's lives that I get to be the bridge to. And I think like even being here on the podcast, like it's not me being a know all be all. Like it is the platform's here. We put it out, and it's just the bridge from somebody's life testament to them. Maybe they needed to see that through my algorithm, and boom, it brought them to you. And not what I said. It was what you said. And it's like, man, that stuck with that young athlete, or that stuck with that person. And now it's connecting. Not this person, it connected from you.
And, it's funny you said that, how like you could post this and someone would see me and
Right.
now they get connected to me.
Right.
And my biggest thing is collaboration is
Right.
the biggest and best currency right now. There's Bitcoin, Ethereum, all that. No. Collaboration is the best currency out there
100%.
right now. And that's why I don't believe in owning people
Right.
or having like trying to have power over how things should operate. No, like we're going to collaborate as human beings. You're your own entity. I'm my own person.
Right.
I'm my own body.
Right.
You don't belong to me. You don't belong to no one. Like, we're going to collaborate.
Right.
Because it's the best and most effective way to communicate to the masses. And like you said, cross collaboration
Right.
it's always better for everyone in the long run.
Do another way to look at it, because this is helpful, like not just in our conversation that we're having, but like for the perspective of anybody to see it, is that you can look at your relationships as wealth in itself. And today I came to the bank and put a deposit. Today you came after church to the bank and put a deposit. So now that relationship, that connection, you put money in the bank. You need it, you call on it, it's like that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. You're talking about relationships is wealth.
Right.
Because I was talking to an athlete and I'm helping him get a deal with a brand.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a little bit long of a process because they just want to pay him outright, like $1,000 to $1,200 for Instagram posts.
Uh-huh.
But my thing is, it's not about the money.
Right.
And I'm trying to get him to understand that.
Right.
It's not just about the money.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to get him to see that relationships are valuable.
Right.
Relationships can be, you can look at as it can be monetized.
Right.
Because if you build a relationship with this brand, you don't know who down the road
Right.
could utilize that relationship with that brand, but you could be the gatekeeper
100%.
in between that.
You have a
You
connection.
have a connection.
Yep.
And if you develop a strong relationship and don't worry about the front end of the money,
Right.
the money will come in the long run.
Right.
But those relationships are forever lasting. That $1,200, you'll probably spend maybe in 2-3 weeks.
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Money is necessary where it's necessary. So if you get it, receive it. But you should pick up all money. Like, how many people walk by and pick up a penny off the floor?
Ooh.
However, if you see money and you pick it up, it's because when you're praying and God puts it in front of you, you receive it right there in the moment. And if you're not receiving the small things, why is he going to bless you with the big things? You pray for money. You didn't say how much money. So it gets deep when the relationships of what you're building is a habit. And the habit is that when you're working with the brand, when you're working with money in general, like it's not the dollar amount. It's not the entitlement of how much you believe it's worth. It's the fact that the money's there, the posts are there, you pick it up, you do it, the next one leads to the next one. If you handle that relationship well, that can be on your flight of stairs to your next relationship. How you do anything is how you do everything. Yeah, there you go.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, so fire. This room's so fire. The room's hot right now. I love it. Oh, I love this, man. I love how we just came in here and off the back just got it going. We sat down and boom.
100%.
The moment we sat in the chairs was boom.
It was.
We literally could have started rolling.
You gave me it was such a blessing because now I know it shouldn't even be like a me get ready moment. It's we're rolling the moment we walk in the door, we say what's up, and there's no you ready? It's more of when we walked in the door and we sat down, it's already been going. We're already on.
Let me ask you, what made you get started into the mortgage industry? Why that industry?
Somebody, going back to your kid that you were talking about, it can relate, something like that. And I was working 2 jobs I was trying to buy a house, and I was a security guard, and I was working at Amazon.com. And so the Amazon.com was 3 12-hour shifts, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And then from Tuesday to Friday, I was working a full-time gig, all while going to college. And so I was hustling, trying to get now a house because I had just recently proposed to my wife. I was committed to growth. I was like, I know I got to push in this direction. Yeah. I proposed, and what comes with the proposal is we got to get a house so we can start building a family. And the loan officer that we were going through was working on my credit, was helping me work things so that way I could take what I have and qualify. And so he was a wrestler from Sunnyside back in 89 or 88 or something like that, state champ. And so that resonated, right? The dude had some of my stuff that I relate to. Watching him treat my path to my house like a wrestling match, because it wasn't easy. I had to work specific things so that way my pay stubs looked a specific way. I had to pay down my credit card to certain numbers, and he was always on me a way if there was no letting off the gas, it was pressure, the way we do in wrestling. It's push, pull, pressure. He was showing up. And when we got done with the transaction, he's like, hey man, you were picking it up fast, and everything I put on you, you got it done. That mentality right here, you should be doing this for a living. And I blew it off because I still wanted to do marketing, and I had other goals that I was working on. And with the time that he showed me his paycheck, and just those 2 weeks that he was working, it was it was $7,000. But watching the paychecks I was turning in just from the security guard job of $700 every 2 weeks, it was all right, this dude's got a proven strategy, just like what you were talking. And if I follow it, I can get to where I'm trying to go faster. Or the way that I'm doing it is the belief I had about myself, the way that I saw life, was that you work hard for your money. Just picture my father saying that, son, you work hard for your money. And I believe it, and I soak it in. So I'm working 2 jobs, hard, trying to finish up my education. However, that mentality was also holding me back from freedom, from helping people, being of service. Security guard, I was protecting, but was I really helping a person move in their life from A to B? Helping them see things different?
Right.
So it was another moment where I felt growth. I felt that, all right, God's putting this on my chest. Like, this dude may not even be the best dude for it, but there's something that's going to come from it. And that's what happened. We got after it. And I just started working, studying for the test. And school didn't come to me easier, just like you were talking about with, I went to 9 high schools in 6 years.
Oh, damn.
I was super senior. Like, I graduated May. My birthday was May 15th. I graduated May 21st. I was 21 years old when I did that. Like, they said, if you didn't graduate this year, you have to just go get your GED. I said, no, I'm going to finish. So I made up for 2 years. That super senior year, went to weekend academy, went to school in the morning, I stayed lunch. My girlfriend, who I proposed to, went to the same school. I didn't even see her at lunch. I went to go study. I had to pass math Ames. So I was sitting, trying to get through that. And believe it or not, that math Ames test, that year, I passed it by 2 points. Like, they were waiting. It was graduation day, and I was sitting, and I had my cap and gown, but I didn't have it on because it wasn't promised. Teachers came in, and they said, you could walk. That's a true story.
Wow.
So with that, I went to Pima. From there, I started working in testing, in assessment center, like trying to make it work, and just started pushing my way up. But it was through Pima and JUCO where I started getting good grades. My good grades didn't come from high school. I had this pattern of running and leaving, just like I saw growing up. So I was just repeating what I knew. But
Have you seen a therapist?
Nah, this is it. I've talked 3 days with the therapist before, and the therapist has like when my dad died, to be honest. And we talked through it. She's like, listen, and I'm not like, this isn't a chip or anything, but this is just what she told me. She's like, I don't think you need therapy. I think you just gotta do what you're saying, which was an affirmation to me on my word. Me going back to doing the things that I said I'm gonna do. So based off our time that we spent together, like that was our 3 sessions. And she didn't say, like, I'm not going to take you in. She just said that she didn't think she needed me. Who knows? Therapy's probably great. All that stuff, like, I think...
Because you're really good. Like,
every piece is important. However, I'm living a living testament of my life. And if it connects and relates, then it is what it is. Like, that's why the belief system is truly that God is for me. You know, God put this, my testament to be for me, and I just use it. So instead of crying and complaining about it, which, don't get me wrong, I've had a victim mentality. I've let that justify a lot of things that I've done in my life, but I knew that was always leading to decay. Anytime that I didn't take responsibility.
And if God is for me, who can be against me?
Let's go.
Nobody. I don't care what you got. Bring them out. Bring them out.
Yeah.
But back to your story, though. You said JUCO is when you started getting the good grades.
Yes. Good grades, and started really taking myself serious I started pushing out the sport mentality. Like, I wanted to wrestle, and there was still freestyle wrestling even at that age, and going that way.
How old were you at the time?
This was 21.
21? Okay.
Yeah. So...
How old are you now?
36. Jerome Bettis, baby.
Yeah.
It's a golden year for me. So Pima, like, I kept my head down, kept working, and because I had proven, that was my first sign of evidence, and I had proven that I said I was going to do something, and I did it with my back against the wall. Even it was 6 years later.
There we go.
First person in my family to graduate. And so from there, it was like, all right, I love you, all you people, like my family, but I'm going to do this education thing. So I started focusing on that. And when I got invited to be in collegiate DECA at Eller for the U of A, the first competition, we were at Arizona State. There's blonde hair, blue eye people, like girls too, like that were intimidating. I felt inferior, one of those moments again. And when I got called for winning first place in state, like, I got a state medal and the certificate, and I knew at that moment was like, all right, that's another piece of evidence that I got this. Like, I took my life and brought that into sports management and marketing and got first place in it.
Wow.
And after that, I knew that, like, all right, I'm onto something with evidence building. Like, I could do more than whatever's been holding me back. And I think I used all those years, all the way till 21, to mess around. Came through clutch on the last year, and after that, I wasn't gonna mess around anymore. Like, that was it for me.
So, oh my God, this is insane. I've been thinking about just life, when people will change, and you know what I think it is? I think it's when, again, you have to write off emotion a little bit, or I do, and you said you do too, but I think that once you become fully just disgusted with the way that you used to be, or the way that how things are going, like, ugh, I gotta change this. That is when you'll change it. But nothing changes if you don't change.
Right. You got to see it like it's not working anymore. Like you said, being disgusted with it, of like looking back at that person, I'm like, why do I keep doing this habit? Why do I keep, every time I get mad, I blow up this way? Like, is something wrong with me? I could prove that when I ask that question, I say it. I go back to that little boy who was sitting on the curb that said, is something wrong with me? Why my mom didn't pick me up? Or I can go back to taking control of it. Like, all right, I see that it didn't work again. I got to slow it down. What brought me to this spot? How did I start thinking when these thoughts started coming into my mind? I started wanting to do that again. How do I catch it so that way I don't get to that place? If I can avoid it, not to be scared, but know that the thoughts are coming. I did, but man, before you got here, I started feeling like I was about to do a wrestling match or something, and I started feeling like shaky and small, inferior, like that feeling came back. And it's like, all right, went back to affirmations, did my thing, and then came back in. We shook hands for the first time. You said, all love. Like, it was good. We just kept moving. Like, it wasn't what I felt. That wasn't my shower moment. Like, it was what I chose to do. I could have chose to text and be like, hey, bro, like, it's getting kind of late. I could even throw it on you. Like, man, we missed the time. Like, I got to get some other place or something like that. Like, but all of that would have just proved the other evidence that it's not serving me, the decay. Because look how much value and how much power came just from being courageous, stepping up, being vulnerable in this moment. Like, everything that pulled out. Not from me, but through you. Like, it's give and receive.
Yeah. I appreciate you stepping up, so to say, and following through. That's a win for you, and I appreciate that I was a part of that to some degree. Wow. Man, I've been going through that too, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, that's what we hear.
Especially being in Scottsdale.
Right.
You see people, the nice cars, the cyber trucks, and just the nice, lavish things. And, you sometimes get caught up in the whole, like, wow, they're living good.
Right.
And you kind of sometimes feel a little inferior, or you're worried about what are people thinking about you when they see you walk into places. Being black, big, people are looking at you. And I've been going through this mental state of just, man, God made you the way you're supposed to be. Like, God's with you, no one can be against you. And really just honing in on that mindset. And it gives me a lot of confidence. Like the affirmations you say, you tell yourself, that's what I've been repeating.
Right.
If God's with me, then who can be against me?
Right.
There's a book in the Bible where, I think it's in the Book of Kings, where this guy, he's a military commander, and he's about to face like a big army. And he started praying to God, and I forgot how the story goes, but basically, since God's for him, I think he saw like a legion of angels, like a legion of angels around him and his territory, and this guy in this small army ended up defeating this bigger army. And I started thinking about that even more. Like, if you are a believer, then you should have the confidence to walk through this life knowing that, okay, there's evil and wickedness out there, but I know that God, He's in me. His source is in me. Your belief is going to carry you. And you can walk into rooms knowing that I don't care what you got going on over there. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the president.
That's what I'm doing.
And I'm going after eternal life, not just this plane. I have to constantly remind myself, because I feel that level, that sense of, oh, I feel inferior. Like they're probably doing more than me. Oh, they look better than me. Or they got more money than me. And I'm okay. No, the end goal is eternal life. And that's what we're all chasing after. Everything perishes. Everything dies. And I have to keep reminding myself that. And I think it just humbles me and brings me back to the sense of confidence. And I've been more aware of it, to the sense that, okay, Keith, you might have to tone it down a little bit because it might come across cocky or arrogant, but I really believe that I'm God's chosen. I believe that God is for me. I believe that God is with me, and there's nothing that anyone can do to stop me from being who I'm going to be, because I know that God already has it predestined. And I don't care how low I get, how high I get, it's all gonna be good, and it's all God.
Right. And he's given you so much evidence already to believe that. Like, it's those moments have came, you've overcome, and now you have that, like, to dive back to, whether you see it or not. Like, it is truly a matter of perspective. Like, it's all been laid out on the table. And if you're looking at it wrong one day, then you gotta look at it from a different perspective.
And there's so many different famous people who are wealthy or well off, or they're coaches,
right?
And they always say that, you know, what you're going through right now is it's going to make a good story. Like Alex Hormozy talks about how he was 22 and he was living sleeping on the gym floor at his gym, or, you know, the grind, the come up story. It all makes a good story. It does.
And I think it's so beautiful that as much as we've both shared, which has been a long testament already, that we still believe that we're still in it right now. Like, this isn't the finish line. This is just, like, where we're at, and we have so much more to do and achieve. And that, like, we're feeling like there's so much more to do based off of where we want to go. That
so much you want to do, so much you want to give back.
Right.
And that's where my mind has been when it comes to growing.
Right.
I like some people think like, oh, take, conquer, take over.
Right.
My whole mind frame right now is there's so much to do, so much to give back. I have so much to give.
Right.
I have to find ways to give. I have to become creative to give. And I think that when you're passionate about something, creativity follows that.
Right.
And I'm passionate about giving back to kids. And so now I'm becoming more creative on the ways on how to serve.
Right.
And how to infiltrate and impact these communities.
Such a big calling, too.
It is.
It's such a big calling, but it's for you. Like this, you wouldn't have had all your testaments to not go and succeed in that area of your life of pouring back into people. Like, in a weird way, how hard can it be to be authentic, to be relatable?
It can be hard.
It could be hard, but really, like, in a way of, like, you're not being asked to do something that's not doable. Like, in this passion, like, you can give back, you can pour into other people because you've had enough life experience to go do it. So anytime the inferior comes up for me, I speak for myself, I know that I've been through enough that this next challenge is just another challenge I get to overcome. I get to overcome. The opportunity. It's the opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, I've done it before, I'm going to do it now. Staying locked in on that. And I like that you talked about men being, like, purposeful with their time and going after it like blood for starving, trying to feed the pack.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just being, like, with the vengeance of completing that. Because it's this time and now, and it's the habit building of, like, all right, the moment's here, you have to seize it. This is how you seize it, or we missed the gazelle, none of us eat.
Yeah, straight up. And that's where I feel like a lot of kids don't really understand. Right. You know, oh, Coach Briggs, I want to go D1. Okay, what are you doing with your time? Like, give me your week. What did you do this past week?
I play Xbox. I did that for this amount of time.
Yeah.
Chill.
Right. When my mind was stuck on I'm going D1 when I was a janitor, I remember I created a fitness Instagram, which is still, it's like Keith_Keith Be Fit Fitness.
Be fit, I like it.
And it has, like, my first workout video that I've done, that I did.
Right.
And I just got into training. I'm like, I'm gonna take this serious. I'm going D1.
Right.
I'm walking on to some program. They're gonna see me.
Right.
I was relentless. I was working out. I have Snapchats of me, like 153, hitting cone drills, just obsessed with it. And I think some kids are, I kind of want to go D1. No, you don't, dude.
Right.
And, like, it's okay. It's okay if you don't want. But you gotta quit lying to people around you who are looking to help you, but they see that you're not actually putting forth the effort 100%. To get to the point as to where you say you want to go. Right. Like, don't just tell me you want something. You're not really about it, because if you're in the trenches and you really want it, and you're like, man, Keith, I'm working for it. Right. Like, Coach, I'm really working for it. This is what I'm doing. Oh boy. We gonna make it. Right. We gonna make it. Right. Because not will I only provide the tools and the resources to make sure that you're going to be successful, but I'm right beside you because I know how bad you want it. That's exciting. And we're gonna amplify it. That's exciting. You know? Yeah. Man, it's powerful. How many people need that? Like, I got a nephew right now. He played in the Game Time Senior Bowl in Surprise last night, and so they pick up all the senior players
and put him like a red versus blue game. So with that, like watching him on TV, like this is his last game as a senior, and so he's got like 2 junior college offers right now. But like listening to the way that you're talking is like, what an opportunity to like even have one offer. But there was a moment where he had nothing on the table, right? Like we're just kind of sitting crickets because he burned the bridges in his life. Like he didn't want to play baseball. Like he won't wrestle with me. Like he's like, no, I'm catching balls. Like the dude's just a receiver. Like, and it's weird that he's so committed like that because he's the tallest. He's 6'1". Like he's the tallest one in our family. Like so like he wanted it so bad. Like who knows? Like the dude's body's built for it. And with that, like hearing your testament of like that being a platform to like go out there and show up, to keep giving back. Yeah. It's going to lead to the next one. It leads to the next one. Yeah. And hearing it through your story too, it sounds like there's more time. It's not just like you get 3 years to figure it out right after high school. Like it sounds like there's more time to play with, that he gets to go show up to where he can get the gig of whatever he's looking for, whatever's big in his heart.
Yeah. And I know people think, oh, I got to be 6'1", just like him. I've played with guys who are 5'10", 5'11", all different positions. It's really about how bad he wanted.
Dude, I'll tell you.
The desire.
The desire's in there. And not to make this about me, I love you, Joseph, but this, I had the same feeling when I was in between Pima to U of A. I didn't want to give, like I knew I needed something physical, and I didn't want to give up football all the way. So I went to try out for like a semi-pro team, they call them. It was Soul Patrol. It's here in town.
Soul Patrol. We played them at Pima.
Yeah. So it was their first year, second year, like doing the thing. And
wait, what year?
Man, this had to be 2011. Felt like maybe not 9, 10, 11, somewhere around there.
Did you play with a guy named James?
Yeah.
Wide receiver? Or
yeah.
DB?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out to James, man.
Yeah, they called me Cat on that team because they put me like the way I work is one goal. So DN worked for me, but the other DN was 6'3", like and locked in. So when they put me in there, like it was one goal. Like what worked for me was my wrestling, hand fighting, getting through. But most importantly, like it was a drive of where I wanted to go, and every time I wanted to get to the backfield, and me not giving up on my dream, me having the drive. Like I was getting sacks. Was it like, did we win that year? Like no, but I got sacks for me, and it proved that I didn't need to be 6 foot playing football. Like I had people watching me at that time, like my nephews and stuff like that, and me still pushing, like gave them more evidence that they can go do stuff too. It was like, dang. But yeah, I did that for 1 year, and that was cool because I got those licks, I got those sacks, and I felt good about it because I was scrapping for it, like I did.
And that's the evidence you need now if you want to conquer something new. Right. I've proven to myself I can do that and be successful. Right. That's your evidence back right there.
And it's my level of success too. Like it wasn't. Man, I've done another thing. I performed on the stage with the game at the Rialto Theater here in town. Rappers.
What, me on
perform on stage.
You gotta tell me that.
My own set. No, it was evidence building, bro. I needed that. Like, I rap. Yeah.
You did say you do music.
Yeah. Like, so what the place I used to run to next door in my house, when that was going on, he was a music producer. So I hid under his like table, not so he would protect me, and I just basically lived in a music studio watching him record people in and out, and then I got close to the mics once the time came, and that was that. Like I felt safe there. So rapping was like, A, I get to pour my testament in my life, like my experiences, but then B, like that was my safe place too. It was like, all right. So yeah, that's how I balance. So like when you ask if you ever seen a therapist, like no, but I found ways that work for me to navigate things.
I gotta ask you.
Yeah.
You drop a bar.
Yep.
Can I hear a bar?
Secular, non-secular. Let's do I'm gonna go secular because it's authentic to me.
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't feel good. But first I give them money, I get the beat. That's how I do it in the street. And I've been working harder so I make it in this industry. I'm thirsty, where's my water? Can you see what you done started? I haven't looking like Bin Laden after Obama done got him was given, but now I'm taking all these beats that y'all making cause I'm tired of paying for these fucking beats you're not paying for. I'm knocking at your door with a Made Academy mixtape. It's a date rape cause I raped the date I dropped my mixtape. I'ma take what I want, I'ma give what I give, and I don't give a fuck, I'ma tell you how I live cause I go for the money and I go for the shows and I go for the dreams that I got in the pros. How you gonna tell me that you got that love for the game like I do when I spit that good? How you gonna tell me that I spit it, I'm the one that hit it and quit it and got back with it and said that I did it because I give it what I got. I'm really going hard. And I don't give a fuck if I hit her mom. I don't give a fuck if I hit her mom. I am wrong. Yes, I am, but I rip that shit because I know I can. Mexican with a Bud Light can. Want a little bit of German in you, I'm that man. Want a little bit of hurting in you, I'm that bad. Damn.
That was bars, homie. Bars.
Man.
That's what we call bars.
Dang. So at this time when I did that performance, I was already at the U of A. I was first time. It was 2011 at this time, and I moved into a dorm room. This was me proving another story. I moved into a dorm room, and I was in there with Nick Johnson was in there. Like, so it was the Likens Hall right next to the stadium. Right when they built it, it was fresh, and I was spitting to everybody out there. Yeah. Like, I was in college, going to school, but like, I felt like my value proposition was to bring people together, and I would do that by putting a circle together and then just start spitting. But yeah, that was fun to me, and I was like, all right, maybe people are paying attention. Maybe I should go do this, and set up for that, and just kept doing it, man. Kept turning that music into something. But I felt what I did, and so that was another place, like me playing for Soul Patrol, was where I did what I did, and then I was good with it from there. Like, it wasn't how far I gone or what. It was good for me.
Yeah, so it was good for you.
It was good, yeah.
So you said it was good for you, so you didn't really care about how far you went with it. It was like something you did, and you're, okay. So I have something equivalent almost.
Let's go.
Stand-up comedy.
Okay.
So I actually got a few Instagram posts. If you like scroll, you gotta do some digging.
Okay.
But yeah, I did stand-up comedy.
That's exciting, dude.
It's fun, and I remember being a kid, I would always watch like Richard Pryor tapes. My grandma had a set of Richard Pryor tapes, and I'd sit in the living room and watch them, and then I go on her computer and I look up jokes, and then I repeat the jokes and try to find ways to say the jokes. I used to watch Eddie Murphy Raw, a lot of old school comedians like Dave Chappelle, a lot of his old things, and I remember watching Harlem Nights. When I was a kid, I'd rewatch it over and over and over and over and over. Watching Red Fox, and I was so infatuated with the idea of just being able to make people laugh. Right. And so about like a couple years ago, I decided to do improv.
Dang, a couple years ago. It's fresh. Let's go.
And I'll go on stage and I would like craft out my jokes, and I was doing pretty good. It's just something that I wanted to work on, to be in front of people, talk. And then also I find it very unique that I can find a ways to just face my fears. Right. You know?
Isn't it crazy?
Make myself uncomfortable.
It's so crazy that it's a new type of fear. This isn't an amount of weight. This is something that's internal, and it's a feeling you get, and you either go one way or the other when it comes up. Because evidence.
Exactly.
Evidence.
I remember being a kid, and my brother, he was the football guy. Like, everyone wanted to talk to him about football. He was the person, if we go to family events, everyone's in his face, you know.
About what he's doing, I
was a little brother. And no one really wanted to hear what you had to say, bro. Yeah, Keith, cool. Go down the room, man. You good. So I think that was also, I was facing that of, oh, wow, like people are actually going to listen to me now. And and I know that someday I'm going to be talking to people, and it was just, that's an outlet. And I only do it whenever I feel like I'm going through something in life. Right. That's kind of, I won't say bad per se, but something that some people probably wouldn't laugh at. Right. And I think it's kind of just my way of being vulnerable, my therapy, I guess. That, okay, I need to get this off my chest. Right. What better way than tell a group of random strangers who I'll probably never see again, and they can laugh at it. Right.
Dude, that's powerful in itself. Because if we're living in growth or decay, like, you know something's going on in your life, so you find a place of like, all right, where's my trigger point? How do I get out of this? So for you being courageous and going to do that, like, you're pulling yourself out already. Like, no one's going to come save you. That's you saving you. Like, you're seeing it coming up. Something's getting weird, and you're starting to dig. How the hell did I make this happen?
Absolutely. Right. And I wanted to find a creative outlet, because I feel like a lot of my outlets are physical, hiking, working out. And I'm like, okay, how can I utilize my mind in a creative way? Because if you're looking to be a comedian, you have to be able to tell a story that is capable of being followed while having punchlines in the story as well. And like,
that's deep, yeah. You know what? I mean, no vision there, but like, we've been aligned in so many ways so far that, like, for me, rapping or you doing comedy, like, there's a bigger testament, right? Like, we're even being on a podcast, right? Because you're communicating.
Yeah.
However, just like you said in storytelling, how to put it all together and then communicate it at mass to people in front of them, on stage, to pull in a bunch of people all at once versus the one connection that you're making at a time. It's like, all right, everybody's already in the room. How do I tell the story and hit home with it? And comedy, I don't know how you felt, but like even me just rapping right now, there was parts where I felt like I was going to break in it, but I had to keep digging for courage to push through the verse so that way I can get it all the way out to even get to the excitement at the end.
Yeah.
Had I quit, I would have lost. I wouldn't have got the experience.
Yeah. No, I feel the same way. I feel the same way in comedy.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I have to practice it from the mirror.
Right.
The tonality.
Right.
Trying not to laugh while telling the joke. Or maybe I should laugh.
Right.
So I can really give them the overall experience of how the joke should be heard. And how I want them to feel it.
Right.
You know, it's the courage of trying to stick to it, trying to follow it.
Right.
Follow the plan so you get to the end result.
Right.
So I totally get it. And it feels good.
Right. It does. And it feels good being okay with pivoting, right? Like something wasn't working and pivoting so that way you can get to the finish line. Just like if you're running a football, like you're pivoting because you're trying to get to the end zone. And for me to like stop looking at your eyes so I can like that helped in the moment. Boom, I let go. I got into the mic and I started to feel warm again and I got it. So I was like, all right, that's working. So then run with that. So it got me further along all the way till I can get to it. Yeah. And then I could look back up, see the eyes, and then I had the courage back. It's like it came back
to go.
back to business.
See, that's the way I feel about comedy. I remember my last set I did, I bombed.
Right.
And people are, you bombed? Oh my gosh.
Right.
I'm like, no, it was funny. Like, I enjoyed it. Like I still had a good time because you learn that not every set is going to be the best set. And you have to learn that no matter, you can always prepare for anything in life, and you can prepare at its like top tier level. You can prepare the way that no one has ever prepared, and guess what? Life is life, and unfortunately, your best could still not be good enough.
Dang.
And you have to be okay with that.
Right.
You have to be okay with knowing the fact I gave it all I had, and my best was not good enough.
Dude, I've been hearing this lately of like, or feeling it too. Like I've heard it once of like somebody saying that like people live their whole life to like look good in their casket. Whereas like if you're broken, beat up, look grungy, it means you poured it all out while you had it. And so like these moments that we have right now, it's like you got to want to be all in the moment and pour it all out. Not of like how I look in it. It's just like this is it. This is the time. And that's what keeps you from being afraid of like being afraid of an outcome. It's like I'm just gonna pour all the way out.
And I've thought about this recently in the past couple of weeks, which is kind of crazy. I've been thinking about men in my age between like 24 to 30. It's like I feel like sometimes you're too scared to try something new. You're scared to pivot. When in reality is like no one has it all figured out. There's people in their 50s, people in their 60s. Doesn't matter what age. There's a lot of people who figure it out later in life. That's okay. But what's not okay is you stopping. And a lot of times though, you don't know until you really just start trying to move. But again, no action, inaction, that's still a form of action. And you're acting on remaining the same. And if you want to change, you got to change your habits. You got to change your decisions you're making. But if you're too scared of what people are thinking about you, if you're too scared to think, what does my mom think, or what do they believe about my decisions? It's your life. You get one life to live. You need to go try out and see what works for you. And so I encourage even a lot of my guys, like, dude, I did stand-up comedy. I tried it out. And I realized that me standing in front of a lot of different strangers and, you know, making them laugh at some moments in my life that you probably shouldn't laugh at. It makes me feel good. Now I know it's an outlet for me. And I know that I can be creative in that process. And if I really wanted to, you know, make something of it, I could probably do that. And I met a young lady actually. I met her at a show. Tempe Improv. Before I get on stage, we're talking about our bits. And she's only been doing it. Met her last year. I did the show in June. I think she said she's been doing it for 6 months. She said she's been focused on that. She deleted everything off her social media, and made it only comedy. She said, my plan is by the end of the year to get paid for shows and start traveling. And mind you, she just started in January of that year.
Right.
That girl's getting paid now at Tempe Improv. She's
Let's
a
go.
headliner.
Let's
and I remember
go.
she came in town. She messaged me and sent me the invite. And she's like, remember I told you? Like,
Here I am.
here I am.
Dang.
And she's older than me. But I'm only saying that in the sense that, like, we can't be afraid to
Right.
reinvent ourselves.
Right.
Like, it's never too late to change and reinvent who you are.
Right.
You
Dang.
know?
Yeah. That's so powerful. Like, that is it in every moment, because what you did in high school is not going to work in college. What you do in college is not going to work at the next level.
Come on.
You got to just keep growing, keep being humble,
Mm-hmm.
and keep being okay with pivoting, change, decay of not the sense of dying, but dying to that old person for your new version.
You gotta be so disgusted with the old you.
Right.
You gotta kill him off.
Right.
You gotta kill him
Right.
off. You gotta go.
Right.
Remember that scene in New Jack City?
Yeah.
He's like, "Are you my brother's keeper?" Yeah, he had to do it. He had to do what he had to do. And my whole thing is, like, you gotta be so aligned with the future version of you, and you have to decide on, okay, this is who I want to become. How do I get there? Well, I can't get there if I keep holding on to these bad habits of staying out late, drinking, or smoking with the guys. Okay, I gotta get rid of these little habits over here.
Right.
Like, reinvent you. And some people may not be aligned with who you want to become.
Right.
And
That's part of it.
it's part of it, man.
Right. Growth is
part of
growth.
it.
Growth is growth.
Growth is growth.
That's
like
the
you
bottom
said,
line.
you grow or you die.
Right. Damn, that is powerful. Freaking, let me give my flowers while I'm here. While we got
man.
it. Coach Briggs, on the mic, the ones and twos, dropping bombs. It's been 89 minutes, 90 minutes just hit, an hour and a half of just pure
Wow.
love and joy coming on this moment that we've had together of being able to just pour our hearts out. If you didn't feel the way I felt, like seeing how authentic you are, seeing how real you are, seeing what you're doing in the community, not only to push yourself for growth, but knowing that what you're doing for you is for a bigger purpose, a bigger calling. The kids that look up to you in any way, shape, or form, that if they look into your eyes and they hear what comes out and they respect it or do it, whether they like to hear it or not, if they just take one piece of guidance and use it and become a better person, then you're fulfilling God's calling. And that they saw God through you in that moment, and your testaments, and your life is purposeful. That what you've been through in your life meant something. And now not only do you get to make people laugh when you want to, but you also get to prove to yourself over and over that your life is big, it's important, it's powerful. Because not only has God chose you to use you, brought you into me, to this room, it's going to bring you into your next room and your next room because of who you are, because of the decisions you choose to make on a daily basis, to keep pushing yourself to grow and get better, to die to the things that aren't working anymore, for the purpose of soul growth, to fulfill something big in this world that, man, I see it, I feel it, I've experienced it, not through your highlight reel, but in real life. That I get to look into your eyes and see what you're about. And everything that comes from me is, man, you're out there like a slingshot, man. So whatever comes from this right here, this evidence that you get to continue to build, it is a slingshot to where you land next, to pick it back up and shoot it out even further. And shoot it out even further.
Man.
Continue to be the bridge. It's in your name. Such a blessing to have you here, man.
My man. Hey. My man. I appreciate that. I haven't had anyone talk to me like that in a long time. So for that, I appreciate it.
You earned it, bro.
And thank you. Seriously, thank you. And I like how you said earlier, you said, I want to take time to recognize that you're giving me my flowers.
Oh, you're here.
I appreciated that. I really did appreciate that. And I just want to be able to reciprocate and say thank you. Yeah. Really. It really means a lot. And, man, I look forward to not just rewatching this, but I look forward to building bridging the gap between you and I some more. I think that this is the first time we met, and we're here on the podcast having a conversation. From the moment we walked in and sat down, the frequency just boom, it was just there, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you giving me that. I appreciate you giving me, the vulnerability of yourself. I know sometimes it can't be easy, but you giving me the vulnerability of yourself and your authenticity, I'm able to now leave this room and implement that into my life. And I don't think you realize how you may have altered the projection of my life just by you sharing with me your story.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you, brother. And I really look forward to watching you give more of yourself to other people in that way. And if you're not, I hope that you start because, man, you have an impactful story. The way that you communicate is very impactful. I think that a lot of people are put on earth for their own unique reason. I think that your reason, and I feel like God's telling me this to tell you this, is that your reason is you're supposed to communicate. You're a natural orator, man. I think you're supposed to communicate. And unfortunately, what happened for you,
Let's go.
Unfortunately, what happened for you, it made you who you are, and God's going to utilize you to bless others, whether it's with this platform or whether it's in the streets or whether it's online or some facet, man. It's only up for you, man. And dude, you're a bridge yourself. You're a bridge yourself. And I encourage you to look up what your name means, by the way. I encourage you to look it up, see what it means.
I'll share it to you.
But no, I really do appreciate you, and I appreciate this. Man, I appreciate Tucson, the community. Man, this place is like another home for me. And, man, it has some great individuals. And I'm very fortunate that God put me here so I can build relationships with you and other individuals in the community as well, man. And if I'm ever able to bridge a gap between you or someone else, just I'm a phone call away. You're going to have my number after this. I'm a phone call away. And, dude, this is going to be a great relationship here. I look forward to building this.
100%.
Man, I appreciate you. But I hope you don't mind. I just want to give a shout out real quick.
Go for it.
I know a lot of people keep asking me, hey, I'm looking for some training for my son. I just want to give a quick shout out to Bobby the Jet real quick.
Let's go.
Bobby the Jet, man, what a great man of the community. Shares a similar heart with myself, but just giving back to the youth, and his heart is really in it as well. So if you're looking to get your kid trained, take your kid over to Jet. They have some great coaches over there. Sam as well. I actually just sent Sam a kid as well recently, really impactful for the community. That's where I kind of got my reach from them. And shout out to Amos as well, man. I know you guys work together. If you're looking to box, looking to fight, learn how to become sharpen your tools as a man, not just physically but mentally, check the gym out. It's phenomenal. The name of the gym, I totally
Magnus
forget. Magnus MMA. That's where you coach at too, right?
Yeah.
So you're getting a lot, of value over there. So check them out. Again, I appreciate you,
no doubt.
Man. It's all love from here, dog. And I've been trying to work on saying this a whole lot more. Is that I feel like as men we don't say it a lot, but you've been really vulnerable with me, and I don't think you need a time frame as to when you can acknowledge someone and say, "Dude, I love you, man."
Damn, love you too, brother.
I love you for being you. Really, it's encouraging to see, and you bring a lot of value. I hardly walk away from conversations. Where I'm like, wow, that was a very impactful conversation. Like, I'm going to take something from that conversation and implement it in my life. I hardly think that.
Let's go.
And from this long conversation we had, man, there's so much I'm going to implement in my life moving forward.
Let's go.
From this conversation, man.
Dude, if someone needs you, where can they find you?
At Coach Briggs.
Okay.
Yeah, at Coach Briggs, BRIGZ. That's all my socials. Reach out to me. If you're a high school athlete, if you're looking to really improve your recruiting process, build a brand for yourself along the way so you can attract not only just coaches who are looking to offer you, but also so you can build a brand to secure NIL deals, take advantage of that.
That's big.
I'm your guy.
That's big.
I'm your guy, and I look forward to working with more athletes along this journey.
Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Briggs, your value has been served. To fulfill my promise to only speak when my words bring value, here it is. You got Briggs, you got me. There you go.
Yeah.